Hello everybody, today I'm going to be giving you my way too early NFC South predictions, and who would have ever thought Drew Brees and Tom Brady, both legendary quarterbacks, would be in the same division? I definitely would not have. This is going to be really interesting to predict because I believe there's a lot of firepower in this division. If you guys have seen my other videos on way too early predictions for the divisions, you know that I go from 4th place on the way up to first place, and I give you a little bit of a reasoning why. I go into a little bit what they did in the draft, what I liked. I go into a little bit of the offseason, how they progressed or regressed, and give you a little bit reasoning. I try to get to the point here. So 4th place, we're just going to start right off. I do have the Carolina Panthers going 4th place with a 4-12 record. And I have that being Teddy Bridgewater, I think, definitely is a step up from Kyle Allen. I'm not going to doubt that. However, we'll get to see him play for a full 16 games because remember with New Orleans when he was 5-0, that was amazing. I'm not taking anything against him. That was only for 5 games. We get to see him for a full 16 games. He does not have the weapons like he did with New Orleans. And Carolina Panthers, in my opinion, are definitely in rebuild mode. We know they have arguably, who I personally think is the best running back right now in NFL, Christian McCaffrey. That's amazing. However, he is not going to be the whole offense. He will be able to receive, and their receivers have potential. We're just going to have to wait and see. I definitely think it's going to take more than a season or maybe even 2 seasons for the Carolina Panthers to get back into the playoffs. Luke Kuechly retiring did not help. And just throughout the years, they have lost other important pieces of their defense similar to Luke Kuechly. But that was definitely the hardest part for Panther fans, was seeing Luke Kuechly retire at such a young age. 3rd place, I do have the Atlanta Falcons. This one shouldn't be a surprise either. Maybe the record's a little bit of a surprise. Maybe you think I should give them 1 or 2 more wins, but I like them here at 6-10, and I'll tell you why. They lost their best cornerback, best defensive back, I thought, on defense, Desmond Trufant. That was a big loss. And Julio Jones is amazing, Matt Ryan's amazing, but ever since Matt Ryan took the loss to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, he has not been the same. That's the truth. Their biggest, I believe, acquisition was when they went and got Todd Gurley, and that could work out great, but it could also work out really bad because the last season and a half, almost 2 seasons, Todd Gurley has not been himself with the knee injury. This Falcons team defense tends to get banged up a lot, so it's just really going to come down to if the Falcons can stay healthy, and I believe what can the Falcons do to get a better defense, because I believe it's regressed since they started having an alright defense. 2, I do have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't have, or if you ask Brady, it's Tampa. Can you imagine naming a city after you? Come on, Brady. But anyway, the point is, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 2nd place with an 11-5 record. For a lot of divisions, that's good enough to win you the division, but not this one. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, getting Tom Brady, getting Rob Gronkowski is huge, okay? And their receivers is definitely something that Brady's not used to having in recent years with the New England Patriots. He has Mike Evans, he has Chris Godwin. The only difference is NFC is a lot harder than the AFC, and I think Brady's going to see that, especially at age 43. And their defense, I believe the Buccaneers defense has improved. I believe it has been very good. We're just going to have to wait and see. This is an 11-5 football team. I'm more of the middle of this hype for the Buccaneers. Some say they're Super Bowl contenders. I'd say pump the brakes on that a little bit. And some say, well, they're just going to fall apart and not work. Also pump the brakes on that. This is still a good football team. We're just going to have to see it because this is their first year coming together. They have a lot of talent, there's no doubt about that, but in this virtual offseason, that's going to kind of be hard to get that rhythm, get that flow, get that connection going for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I do have them sitting at 2nd place in their division with a likely playoff spot as well, going 11-5. 1st place, I got the New Orleans Saints. I have them sitting at 12-4. This should be Drew Brees' farewell season, and they also, on the offseason, which I think helped their team a bunch, especially in the receiving game, did have pressure off Michael Thomas, they got Emmanuel Sanders, which was the big reason why the 49ers were so successful last season in the passing game. So that was really big for them. I believe people weren't really talking about, but Alvin Kamara had to deal with some injuries last season. If we really do see a healthy Alvin Kamara this season, which is likely because he's had this all this offseason to recover, we could really see the Saints team maybe even playing at their best. The only big question, and this doesn't affect regular season at all, how will they perform in the playoffs? Because they have still yet to fail to get Drew Brees his second Super Bowl ring, and that's a big concern. Same like Aaron Rodgers with these talented quarterbacks, but they only have one ring. Can, in my opinion, Drew Brees' farewell season get his second Super Bowl ring? Very good team on the defense. There's not really any weaknesses on this team. You could argue it's the most complete 53-man roster on the team. It's just if it can produce a Super Bowl. But that's way in the future for me to talk about. Right now, I see the Saints win the division at 12-4. Those were my way too early NFC South predictions. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. In order to see the next one, which will be the NFC West, a very firepower division, make sure to subscribe. Bye, guys.